Alrighty now, we're really back this time because last time I said we're back, I wasn't recording audio. But we are back, and this is a continuation of Superhero Sunday Part 2.
Yay.
And because I know where I cut these episodes now, so I can talk about it now. But Arrow, well, Arrow.
Oh, man. So do you want to get right into it?
Let's just jump right into it.
Arsenal is back!
Arsenal is very much back.
Yeah, man. Oh my god. I mean, I kind of knew almost immediately, it was Roy underneath the hood and all that shit.
I did too, but the movements were too League of Assassins, so part of me was like, that's just League of Assassins.
Well, but they do it that way on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you don't know, from the first close-up of his eyes and whatnot, that's Roy Harper, then, come on.
Yeah. And I'm just happy to see him back, especially seeing how this episode's going to be, it's really...
This is a lead-in. This episode is very much a lead-in to bigger things to come next week.
Yes. Basically. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that kind of makes you speculate more. Is Thea on the ground? They're trying to make it seem like it.
They are.
But she's not.
No.
Because in the last cutscene of the grave we saw last episode or 2 episodes ago, it said 4 months from now.
Yeah.
How in the heck is 4 months going to happen? We're not going to see Thea like that for 4 months until she dies. So she's going to get better. The Lotus is going to help her.
Yeah.
And leading from the Lotus, we get to see Katana versus
Nyssa Al Ghul.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of my favorite parts of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. And, we get a good minute and a half of just amazing swordplay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after that, Nyssa has to, use her wits and say, all right, so we can both keep doing this because we're evenly matched until one of us falls, or you can hear me out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Katana, takes the time to listen.
Yeah. Because
if nothing else, they both bond over Oliver Queen.
And they're both kind of evil, so...
Well, kinda.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We know the movie version of Katana's gonna be.
Oh, yeah. Straight up Suicide Squad. No doubt about it. But, yeah, this episode, we have 2 big bads.
True.
One is a lead-in big bad. One is the episode's big bad. And the episode's lead-in big bad, which I want to talk about before we talk about the calculator, is going to be Ruve Dark.
Yep.
Which is something that I speculated from basically the very beginning, that Damien Dark is not the true big bad of the overarching series.
It's his wife.
It's his wife. And we get to see a little bit more of that. She is running for MF mayor.
Yeah, she's running for mayor to oppose Oliver. And, it's not even so much... that didn't surprise me. The thing that kind of surprised me was the fact that, he, Arrow talks to Ruve. And, she just I'll get my husband on you.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I think, she's just trying to make herself seem...
Powerful.
No, I think...
Intimidating.
No, she's trying to make herself seem to the Arrow less of a threat.
I disagree entirely.
Because she's I'm not the bad person. Damien's the bad person. I can get you to talk to him, but I'm secretly the one behind everything.
I get that mentality, but just in that scene, I feel very much that she was don't fuck with me or my husband will break your neck with his mind.
Yeah.
And I feel that she's trying to use her husband as, an attack dog.
Which, why not? Because he is basically, in this season, a attack dog for her.
We'll see.
FedEx. Tag it! Nope. Yeah, leading into the big bad, this episode's big bad was the calculator.
The calculator.
Felicity's father.
Her papa.
Her daddy.
Yeah, it was good. It was a very, very cool thing, and I want to, before we talk, well, no, you do your thing first, because I don't want to interrupt you, but I'll talk about real quick what I want to afterward. So let's talk about the calculator, I'm sorry.
So
he's the super hacker guy. Felicity is the only person who's ever gotten behind his encryption. He even congratulates her for that. Mm-hmm. And, he has this internet bomb, destroys things. Not so much an EMP, but kind of.
Yeah.
And so, Felicity and Oliver, they're like, oh, what if he blows up the internet? Commercial trade will go down. And he's just like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Shuts down the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something way more intense. And it's just fun seeing Tech Genius versus Tech Genius.
It
Oracle
is.
versus Oracle.
Yeah.
But it's...
Don't they call her Watchtower now?
No, Overwatch.
Overwatch, that's what it is.
Watchtower.
I don't know why I got that.
I still consider Oracle because...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but still, there's a lot of neat little tie-ins because in the comics, the Calculator's main color is blue.
Yep.
In this episode, the overarching color grade was blue when it's about Felicity and her father.
That's right.
So it's just little things like that.
It's a good touch. It's a very good touch, and it's something if you don't have the the background knowledge of the comics. You may notice it, you may not, but having that knowledge or like just listening and us telling you, it's a really, really cool thing, and it's really nice that showrunners care that much, to put that in there.
Mm-hmm. And it's also helpful that Berlanti and Kreisenbergs, they love comics, so
that's true.
They're not just idiots that just throw out a show because it's going to make them money or something.
Every
like that.
scene with the arrow has to be green.
Yeah. But it's fun. I really love it. But talk about what you wanted to talk about, the Calculator.
It's not the Calculator. What I wanted to touch on was actually Felicity this episode. Because, as of this moment, Felicity is still Overwatch. She's still in her wheelchair. And, there's a moment towards the beginning of this episode, and it deals with her and almost Mr. Terrific and, somebody else of Palmer Technologies. And basically, she's trying to, present, this new battery thing. She's, practicing her thing. And, this guy is basically saying, hey, I appreciate you, but you're crippled, and we don't want to present you because you're a cripple. And I'm really glad they chose to tackle it this way. And I'm really glad that Felicity was still, gung-ho, I'm still the president of this thing. I'm a badass, and I can do what I need to do for this company. It shouldn't matter that I'm in a wheelchair, and it absolutely doesn't matter that she's in a wheelchair. And I'm really glad. I'm super happy that they chose to they took the opportunity to show that anybody anyhow is important and can be helpful. But it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter if you're missing any limbs. If you happen to be anybody in any human life is still valuable. Mm-hmm. And I love that it because in things like that actually do happen. They really do. And so especially this whole corporate bullshit thing with. We want to put our best foot forward. Fuck you, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Poor choice of words, my ass.
Yeah.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's very true. It's great seeing them tackle bigger deals in a subtle way. It's just a TV show, but they're tackling such a big deal, like disabled people.
Yeah.
That's people do affect that. It's beautiful to see.
It is, and I really hope that maybe somebody who is out there and saw this episode saw that, and then I hope it inspired them. That's really what I want to get to. Mm-hmm. I hope if you're somebody who is disabled or in a wheelchair that you saw this and you're like, fuck yeah, go Felicity. Because,
I'm awesome.
Hell yeah, you are amazing. Hashtag.
Hashtag amazing. But I think, because this is running a little long already, but for a good reason, it's a very good episode.
It was. I can't wait to see more of the Calculator in the next episode and other stuff. But, that was kind of before the whole Rue... it was after the Rue thing. But, because, Felicity, she does present. She shows off this new battery that's super small, and she's like, it's powering this entire building, and that's amazing, by the way. Super scientific. But... we find out that's how Calculator is her dad, and he's like, she was great. Yep. And he was there!
And I think the last thing I want to touch on is the fact that they're giving... It seems like Mr. Terrific's getting better. He held his own against Roy Harper.
As much as he could.
Compared to early episodes where he was just like, I'm scared. But he actually held his own for quite a while.
Running away from Double Down is one thing. Yeah. But you're right. Roy Harper in his League of Assassins outfit, Mr. Terrific actually tries to fight back. And that was really cool to see. He's growing more and more, and that's also amazing.
Yeah, that was the last thing I want to talk about. It's running close. My DSLR is going to cut off soon. So let's move on to the Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, Legends of Tomorrow was...
I've grown taller.
Yeah, me too. But Legends of Tomorrow, this episode, it's still kind of, in my opinion, it's going into its mid-funk until the mid-season finale, which, that's just, it happens. But that's just my opinion. But it's still a very good episode. I loved seeing many things about this episode, but just right off the bat, we get to see Rip Hunter's office.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful. The art direction on that all together was amazing. It looked
It's very, very old world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it really shows his character. Like, that's the time he appreciates. Mm-hmm. He's very classical.
Yeah. I'm from 2146, but I love this time period. So,
yeah,
it's just beautiful. It's super gold, super almost steampunky in a way. But, yeah, that's some things I really liked. Anything?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff I want to talk about for Legends, obviously. But, I like... First of all, I still love the time travel. They're still in 1975. And, White Canary, she gets down with that 70s clothing, man. Mm-hmm. She does. And I really like that they show off her League of Assassins training. Like, she's able to spot everybody in the bank. Like okay, we're made. We need to go.
Yeah.
They're going to kill us. We need to go.
And I like the way they did it. Like, they made it unobvious. Made us oblivious until the very last second, which was amazing.
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff. And that's that's kind of how it should be done instead of making it super obvious for the watcher.
Because a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, here's like a close up of a gun, like make it a little obvious. This time they're just like, oh yeah, we're getting the information. Like, oh no, there was a lot of crap happening. You just didn't see it. Mm-hmm. So it's just awesome.
Some big things I do want to talk about. Khufu is still fucking dead, mm-hmm. and Shayera does this whole like return to me thing, which is like I guess their theme. And, like, I don't know how the hell he's going to return. Like, they're going to have to go to a different time period to find Khufu where he is in a different body. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the new Hawkman. That's going to be the way Hawkman gets back on the show. Probably around the mid-season.
Yeah, because he's going to be dead for a while. He's still in every single episode that they've shot. Like, they showed it. He's in every single episode. But in a different way. We're not going to see him as Hawkman as he is until later. Yeah. He's going to come back, but we're going to see him when they go back in time and stuff like that, or if they go further in the future.
Yep.
Or flashbacks. But we are going to see him. He's not completely dead to the episode.
No, but, for now, for the characters, aboard the time vessel, he's still very much not a part of the team. Mm-hmm. I loved seeing more... I liked the more of the backstory on Rip Hunter. Yeah. I like, that he is Khalib. He is the monster that tries to take down Vandal Savage first and fails because he hesitates. And this episode really is about hesitation. It's all about hesitation mm-hmm. and how you're not supposed to. Because, we have the main plot, of course, of trying to take down Vandal Savage. And then the subplot, it deals with Dr. Stein and the Atom trying to save Shayera from the dagger fragments. And even Dr. Palmer, he's really, really hesitant because he doesn't believe in himself or something like that. Yeah. Blah.
He has a bout of depression because basically. It reminds of his ex-fiance.
Well, yeah, fiance, my bad. But yes, that's pretty much the episode theme is hesitation. But everyone gets over it. Everyone does what they need to do. The Atom ends up saving Shayera's life, and whenever he starts talking about all my years playing asteroids is finally going to pay off, then he wusses out like after destroying one thing. I'm like, what the hell, dude? What happened to all that asteroid talk? I was getting ready.
Yeah. I love seeing new ways of using his suit.
I kind of knew that's how it was going to go.
Very much
so. But it's very cool to see it happen. Yeah. I love... it's obviously a lot of green screen, to be in the blood vessels and all that stuff, but it's still really cool. But more than that, like I was saying with Rip Hunter's, his backstory about his wife and his son, we get a lot more of that, especially with his confrontational scenes between him and Vandal Savage. And, because of Rip, like, Savage learns their names. Mm-hmm. He's like, I will come back. I know their names. I will kill them. His name is Jonas. Mm-hmm. Which is horrifying. Yeah. But,
Which that scene in all was horrifying. That
was absolutely. Some eyes wide shut bullshit. Yeah. What the hell? And then the fact that it also showed that Savage can, grant, like, extra life to his followers, which is a big thing. Because that means we're going to see, like, that creepy butler dude, and we're going to see Mr. Blake come back probably at some other point in the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, again, this episode really was more focused on Rip. And him dealing with having to lie, having to try to take out Savage, because he's still very much in mourning over his wife and his son. And I like that he didn't hesitate. He got his second chance. Boom! Went right for the carotid artery. Cut Vandal Savage's neck. We don't get to see a whole lot of blood. It is a CW show. Yeah. Has to be. But the thing that pisses me off about this, because we have Heatwave, we have Captain Cold, you've killed Vandal Savage for maybe a year, fucking burn his body to ashes, freeze it with Captain Cold's, like, freeze gun, and then throw him in the Antarctic. He ain't coming back for a while. Like, you could be fine. There are so many ways, and I'm finding it in every episode. There's so many ways to handle Savage, and they're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it wouldn't be a permanent solution, but, like, it would hold him back a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Cap him. Exactly. But I do love the ideas, like, if we can't kill him without Khufu and Shaira, we can cripple him in different ways, and that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So they choose money. Money doesn't work. But
because his real fortune is not money. His real fortune is life and his followers.
Exactly. And so they're gonna go and find more ways to try to cripple Savage, and that's fine. But whenever you present a creative audience a creative solution, and you don't go for it, it bothers me. And it's just like from episode 2, whenever Khufu gets stabbed and murdered, like, for some reason Savage just doesn't stab Shaira in the back, like right there.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's no reason he wouldn't.
Yeah.
None. He wants both of them dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I mean, it's like I called it last week. It's plot armor.
It is plot armor.
Yeah.
It has to be.
But it's... We have to have the show go on, so...
I mean, it would go on, but I mean, I would love it so much more if they actually used these characters' abilities to their fullest. And, my idea may not be the best, but using heat waves like flamethrower, cremating the fucker, putting him in a bucket, freezing the bucket, throwing that into an iceberg in like friggin' Antarctica, he ain't getting out of there for like 500 years.
Yeah.
Then you can go 500 years in the future whenever he comes back.
Do it again.
Exactly. Or something, because, by then you can figure out something. You can tell the Time Master something like, so hey, we got him. In a few hundred years, this is where he's going to be. Y'all be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And like a plan can be made. But they don't do that. Because, yeah, plot armor, because things have to go on. Because, we have to care about Shaira and Khufu and everybody else. But, we had another subplot in this episode dealing with Captain Cold and Captain Cold's father. Basically, Captain Cold steals an emerald to try to prevent his father. I can't remember Mr. Snart's name. It's not Leo, because Leo was him.
Yeah. No, I'm the same boat. I can't remember.
So Captain Cold's dad, who was played by Sam Fisher. I can't remember his name either. I'm bad at this. Yay.
Once you get later on in the episode, you start brain farting.
It's true. It's very true. But so anyway, he steals the emerald, tries to prevent his dad from going to jail, and that doesn't work out because no matter what, his dad just goes to jail. That's a time-locked event.
Yeah, because otherwise...
His sister wouldn't be born and all this other stuff.
And those are so not minor events happening.
No, I mean, because you have to have Golden Glider. You absolutely do. But, more than that, it actually showed a different level of Captain Cold's humanity. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he's the thief. Yeah, he cares about money. Like, a lot. But... he loves his sister, and he wants to preserve his family.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he hates his father, he killed his father. He tried offering his dad a way out.
Yeah.
And his dad still fucked it up. So I mean, I like that we're seeing different sides to a villain. It's always good.
Yeah, it's good to see like that of a character.
It is.
And that was a big part I wanted to talk about this week's episode is the subplot between Captain Cold is the fact of that maybe because there is a continuity of Captain Cold where he's kind of like Vibe. He's not an extreme bad guy. There is a version of him where he is kind of just an okay guy. And
I would even argue that's most iterations of Captain Cold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't want to kill people.
Yeah.
He will if he has to, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I mean, he loves robbing stuff. Yeah. And, I mean, he likes having his little childish adversary with the Flash. But, because they go over that in Season 1. Like, him and Flash have a deal. I won't kill people. You'll try to stop me. I'm not leaving Central City.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's the game they play.
But something I would like to see is Earth 2 super evil Captain Cold.
Ooh.
Like, straight up decked out how he is in the...
Yeah.
How he is in that, because we're going to see Killer Frost, which I don't know why we're talking about this, because we shouldn't be talking about this on The Flash. But in Earth 2, we're going to see Killer Frost.
Yeah.
We're going to see, hopefully, that's what I'm saying, hopefully we see...
even more evil Captain Cold?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, decked out how he's supposed to look. And it's a great subplot. I love seeing...
It is.
I love seeing more of Captain Cold. He's a very fun actor. But I think my favorite part of this week's episode was the ceremony scene.
And, that Eyes Wide Shut shit.
Yeah, and
you know, I made an Eyes Wide Shut joke while me and Lisa were watching it, and then like friggin' Heat Wave, I didn't know you were into Eyes Wide Shut. And I was like, hey.
Yeah, I think my favorite quote of probably this week, what came from this episode, and it was when Savage was talking about. He said, "I've seen Men of Steel die in Dark Knight's Fall."
No, that was Rip.
That was Rip Hunter.
Yeah, Rip Hunter said that.
Yeah, not Vandal Savage.
Not at all. That would be different entirely.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But still,
you're right. Yeah, Rip Hunter makes notes about Superman and Batman,
which is great. I love it.
It is absolutely.
And that's that. And one thing, since I do like to try to point out things of cinematography, editing, and stuff like that, this week's episode did something that kind of bugged me, and it was. I don't know if it probably wasn't intentional. It didn't seem intentional, but the dance scene between Rip Hunter and
White
Canary was very hectic, and it doesn't seem intentional. It was just,
it was. It was very busy.
Yeah,
and I could tell a few points that they they're not really dancing. They're just kind of moving like they're just moving, which it's what it is. But at one point it did kind of look like Arthur Darvill was tripping over his own feet.
Yeah. And it was like, no reason to cut here. No reason to cut here. You just keep on cutting on weird odds, and it just felt very rushed and weird. Just something I wanted to point out.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing about it, obviously. But
I think they were trying to get to that ceremony scene.
Yeah, just super quick.
Although I did like that drunken stumble into the hallway. Hey, this area's off limits, ma'am. Like that guy was straight up like, okay, she's drunk. Let's be nice.
Yeah.
She's not nice.
Yeah, no. You get headbutted. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, all in all, it was a great episode. I loved it.
It was. And, I think we're going to see more of White Canary and her bloodlust, which will be fun. It'll be fun.
I mean, we can't see it for Thea very much longer.
No.
But it is fun, even though the fact that supposedly Constantine fixed her bloodlust, but it's not completely fixed.
Yeah.
It's weird. But we'll definitely find out more. Constantine?
Cross, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I want him to come back.
I think that's going to be it for this week. Again, great episodes. All this is to help you have us talk, and it's fun.
Yep.
My name is Ryan Barbosa. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share the video. Check out the links in the description. I'm joined, and I will be ending here with Brad Foster.
Yes.
Shameless plugs.
All of these. You can find me at ramblingwithbrad.blogspot.com for my weekly blog. I do 5 episodes a week. I'm also part of Team Millennium Official, where I voice Yugi Moto and Yami. I also voice Seto Kaiba and a few others in the future. It'll be fun. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh!, please stop by.
Yep. And thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next week for Superhero Sunday. It's going to be a fun time. These coming episodes are going to be great. Only because I watch live TV and I know previews. So, they're going to be very fun. Thank you for joining me. My name is Ryan Barbosa, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.